Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of PGR2 Platinum Handicap playthrough, and in this part we are looking at the Track Special Series, and we've only got 3 more series left to do before we finish this up. So first thing to note, in this series, the 7 cars and the bottom 3, which are the Honda NSX, the Vauxhall VX220 and the Lotus Exige, are absolutely awful in this. They are so far behind the top 4 in this that getting platinum with any of them is pretty much impossible. There's only a couple of events that I managed to do it. One event with the Honda and the Vauxhall and the Lotus, all 3 of them getting platinum, and then just one other event which I managed with the Honda, just about, with a bit of luck on my side. But yeah, the Gulf in class here is quite mental. So we've got in bottom place, no surprises, the VX220 Turbo. It's the slowest by quite a margin, really. If you look at the stats, though, really, it's got 4 off top acceleration, and then the handling's pretty good, but compared to the competition it's with, it's just absolutely woeful. Then we have the Lotus Exige, which in the first, second, and third gear is actually not too bad, but then anywhere towards the top speed, and it's absolutely dreadful. I think it tops out like 135 or something. Really slow, especially on the Nürburgring event, so that is pretty much useless as well. The Vauxhall has a better top speed, but it just takes forever to get there, and really only really gets there when you're going downhill as well. So not brilliant, either of those 2 cars. Then we've got a little bit of a jump to the Honda NSX, mainly just because the top speed's better and acceleration high up. Low down, I think the Lotus has got quicker acceleration low down, like the first, second, and third gear, like I said, but then the Honda NSX does pull away after that. But again, looking at the stats, 3 off full acceleration, 4 off full top speed, and 2 off full handling. So, stats-wise, it looks pretty decent, but it is still quite a bit slower than the top 4. And then there's a huge jump between the Honda and the next 3, which are very, very, very close and hard to separate, which are the Dodge Viper, the Porsche 911 GT3, and the Ferrari Challenge Stradale. And if you look at the stats, they're all pretty much identical. Ferrari's got slightly less top speed according to the stats, and the Viper's got slightly less handling. So I tested these extensively, and they are like very, very close. The difference between them is marginal, but I did have an order for them, so I'm going to put the Ferrari in 4th place, just because it has a tendency to understeer. So on the circuit-based tracks, it's a little bit harder to get round, and it's slightly slower from my experience. Then I'm going to put the Dodge Viper in 3rd place. Very good all round. I actually quite like driving this car as well, but it's just not quite as good as the Porsche. Porsche 911 GT3 round the corners carries so much more speed, and yeah, it's probably slightly slower in a straight line than the other 2, but then towards the top end it's pretty good. So again, it's very marginal, but I'm going to put the Porsche in 2nd just because, especially around circuit tracks, it's very, very good at carrying the speed through the corners. And then, obviously, in 1st place, we have the Noble M12, which is an absolute beast. Not brilliant top speed, so it does struggle on some of the Nürburgring tracks. But other than that, it's an absolute beast and quite a bit quicker than the 3 below it. So, let's have a look at the events in here. So what I'm going to have to do, guys, is, because the bottom 3 can't manage Platinum at all, which is kind of annoying for a Platinum Handicap playthrough, we're going to have to do the Ferrari, the Dodge, and the Porsche. I'm going to be doing a mix of these. And basically what I'm going to do is use a random number generator and just pick one of them and then do all the events until we can use something that's worse. So I'm going to try and avoid using the Noble for all of them, apart from one event, which you'll probably guess which one that is. But we'll jump in. So in the hot lap, the first one in the Nürburgring, this is probably the only event where the Noble has a slight disadvantage, if anything, just because of the top speed, because it starts on the straight of the Nürburgring, so it's not very good there. But, right, let me just roll and see which car we're going to use. It's 2, so we're going to use... so 1 is the Ferrari, and then I put 2, the Dodge Viper, and 3 is the Porsche 911. So I'm just going to roll a random number generator each time and then pick a car. So we're going to use the Viper for this one. So hopefully we can use a good mix of the 3 just to make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll go into this hot lap 123.75 on the Nürburgring. So yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, is just use a mix of the 3 cars I've mentioned just to make it a bit more interesting. But hopefully it should be a little bit more of a chill episode, because we haven't really got a choice in which cars we use. But yeah, look at the top speed of the Viper's pretty decent. We're going up to nearly 190 miles per hour. Whereas the Honda NSX was probably getting towards around 150 or something. And it was struggling a bit after that, so... But yeah, this is one of my tracks I'm not particularly good at. Could use a little bit more practice around it, to be honest, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad in the cars that we are in. Like I said, the Noble in the start of this actually struggles a little bit. Yeah, because that tops out about 170 something, if I remember. Get used to this handling of this car as well. Yeah, it wasn't particularly good, but hopefully that should be good enough. What we're saying? Yeah, that was at 119. I didn't really drive particularly well in that. But even in the Viper, we are massively quicker than what we need to be. 3 seconds for a hot lap is actually quite mental, 3.7. But I do think it's actually tighter in the Noble, so potentially it's harder in the Noble on that one, but the rest of them are easier in the Noble. I think that's the only one that's harder just because of that first straight. Right, so street race on another section. The first 4 sections of this are on the Nürburgring sections. So let's see what car we're going to use this time. It's 1, so we're going to use the Ferrari. So do this each time. Only one colour available, red with a white stripe. So again, let me just have a look then at the event. So in that first one, the Honda could get gold, and it was only just gold as well, and then the Vauxhall and the Lotus could only get silver on that hot lap because they just have terrible top speed. And on the street race, they can all get gold, though, the bottom 3, and obviously the top 4 can get platinum. So we've got a couple of Lotuses in this one. Honda NSX at the back there, and then the Noble and the Porsche up front. And you can see the acceleration difference, how much slower the other cars are. It's actually quite crazy. Let's go around the inside of the Porsche there, though. And this Noble's not that easy to catch up. In anything other than the Noble, anyway. And it will pull away until it's top speed, pretty much. So we've got to try and catch it around the corners. That was much better around there that time. And thank you, just moves out of the way. That happens so much in this game when you pressure them from behind and they just like move out of your way for some reason. But yeah, this used to be my favourite car out of the 3 we're talking about when I first started playing this. But yeah, I just find the understeer just puts me off it now. Not too bad on the Nürburgring, but on the circuit tracks especially, it's kind of annoying. The Dodge Viper has no understeer. It's actually really nice to drive. The Porsche has a little bit of understeer, but it's a lot more manageable. And it's quite stable as well. But there we go. That's one in the Dodge, one in the Ferrari. Porsche nearly actually caught up to the Noble somehow. And then look how far behind the others are. The Lotus Exiges and the Honda, for some reason, didn't even overtake them, even though it's quicker. But there we go. So 2 more hot laps coming up. So let's roll for what we're going to use. And it is 2... No, it's 3, sorry. There. So we're going to use the Porsche this time. So, what colour shall we have? Purple. Purple Porsche. I don't think I've ever seen one right. 107.5. So we managed to use the 3 cars in the first 3 races. And this car towards the top end is pretty good. But 107, the end bit of this stretch is particularly tricky. Tricky set of corners. But this is climbing nearly to 190 like the Dodge was. No, I just clipped the inside of the curb there. A bit annoying. I think this looks great from the back of this car as well. And that's a bit of a strange line. The one thing is this car actually doesn't slide at all, so if you want it to kick the end round a bit to get around the corners, it's kind of difficult. But yeah, I just think it carries so much speed through the corners. I think it's brilliant. Getting a bit of slowdown through there, but we did pass by a couple seconds there, so not too bad at all. Right, so one more hot lap, and we'll spin again and see what number it lands on. And we are back into the Ferrari for this one. So 116. Yeah, both of these hot laps as well. The Honda could get gold, and the Lotus and the Vauxhall both get silver again. Anything on the Nürburgring and the Lotus and the Vauxhall are in trouble big time because they're so slow. 130 miles per hour topping out of the Lotus is not good at all. Really, is it? That wasn't too bad through there. Have to say, they're all incredibly equal though. Especially for how quick they are, really. To have them that closely matched is quite cool, to be honest. Yeah, just a bit of understeer. Like I said, it's not too bad on the ring, but the other tracks, I really notice it. Well, that was a bit of a slow slide, that one. Still managed to just about do it. That corner at the end there was awful. Yeah, some of the corners on this track are tricky, but still nearly a second past there, so not too bad. So 4 Nürburgring ones, and then another one, moving on to 1-on-1. So I think on this one we have the Vauxhall could do silver, and the Lotus and the Honda could do gold on this. I'm trying to think which one this... On Platinum, I think it's the Viper this we're against here. Right, we're back into the Porsche now. Rolled a 3 there. Let's change. I actually quite like the yellowy orange there. The original colour. So this is against the Viper, I think. And on gold, it might be against the Challenge Stradale. And it is actually the Ferrari. So I got that wrong there. So Dodge on gold and the Ferrari on platinum there. I screwed up my line there. Can we go around the outside? No, he's going to shut the door. I don't know what he's quite going to do here. That's a strange line he took there. But yeah, on gold, I couldn't beat it in the Vauxhall. The Viper wasn't going to happen. It might be possible, but I did try it quite a bit, and it's quite a bit slower than the Lotus. So the Honda and the Lotus managed gold, so they did manage to beat the Viper. But the yeah, the Vauxhall is quite a bit off it, to be honest. These are quite fun, these events, though. These little sections of the ring. And in the end there, by quite a distance then, I think I screwed him up around one of those corners. But the Ferrari is pretty quick in a straight line. But there you go. So now we're actually finally into a set of events that aren't on the Nürburgring, but it's pretty much the same story, apart from there's less silvers knocking around. So in the first street race, or the second street race actually, but the first one on a circuit, and we'll pick what we've got to use because again the Vauxhall, Lotus, and Honda cannot manage platinum, and we are in the Viper for this one. Rolled a 2 there. Yeah, so they can manage gold, those 3, but everything else can get platinum. This Noble on this is actually proving pretty difficult to catch up. Just need to get the right start, really. Get rid of this Porsche. Right, just get in front of them, first of all, because that's the most annoying bit of the race. Right, now this corner keeps doing my head in as well. Right, it's a bit smooth around there. Very easy to lose control around there, though. There we go. Managed to make him screw up there. I really like driving this Viper. He's going to fly past here, most likely. Just give him a little shove in the right direction. Just need to not screw up now. Stockholm and Edinburgh for bouncy surfaces are really annoying. Especially this bit here. It's so easy to lose the back end of your car. I screwed up there, look. If you go too fast around it, the car just whips around. Do most of the corners fine, but that one in particular is really annoying. Right, he's right behind me again. It's so quick, this Noble. He's going for the inside this time. I don't want to spin myself out, that's the main thing here. This is the bit I actually gain on here. And then this is the bit I do crap each lap. Still slow. Not quite as slow as last time. He's relentlessly behind me. Can't even see third place at the minute. Will he catch up before the finish? Wouldn't surprise me. It's close, isn't it? Look at that. On the straights, it's just absolutely gunning for it. And I can't even see third place. And what did come in third in the end? So less than a tenth behind. Dodge Viper's in third, followed by the Porsche. Lotus Exige and the Vauxhall still running, obviously, because they are terrible. But there you go. That was actually quite difficult to stay ahead of that Noble. And we've got to rank 45. So, Overtake, time to run hot lap, still in Stockholm. Didn't actually realise all 4 of these were in Stockholm. So, in the Overtake, all the bottom 3 cars can get gold in this. But they are nowhere near platinum. So, let's go for another spin of the old random number generator, and we are using the Porsche because we rolled a 3. Let's go in white. 7 cars, 2 minutes 10 in the Porsche. Right, so 7 cars is the target. Only managed 5 in the Honda, so that's miles off platinum. Usually overtakes give you the best chance in slower cars, but not in this series. Just desperately trying not to smack into the wall. Can overtake him in a good spot. That's nice. Slow through there. One thing about this Porsche is it is a bit unpredictable under braking, if I have to say anything about it. Can be a bit twitchy under braking. It can pull to one side randomly. Now this car's going to be right in the way of the corner. Gonna have to do that. That's probably the quickest way around there without smacking into the back of it. So we've got 33 seconds there. In the Noble it's even quicker, but then obviously the Honda's so far behind you wouldn't even believe. So that's crazy. I'll just skip this to the end now. So around that track, the Honda is 33 seconds slower and more because it can't even get to the 7th car. So yeah, that's crazy. But not too bad with smooth driving on that one. For those better cars anyway. Right, time to run a hot lap. These are quite fun actually. So we've got 2 laps of bridges in Stockholm. So what we're going to use for this one, we roll and we're still in the Porsche. That was a 3 again. We're going black this time. 3 minutes 32, so 1:16 per lap if it's 2 laps, which it is. I did just realise I got the wrong lap time in my head, what we needed. It wasn't 1 minute 16, so that'd be 2 minutes 32. And it's 3 minutes 32. So I got that completely wrong. Oh god, I hate that corner. That is actually annoying as hell. It's a tricky little track, this one, in this car. Or just in general. I don't actually know what time we need. We'll figure it out. 1 minute 40 something probably. Well, that's much better around there. We're absolutely fine for time though. That's good. I'm guessing it's 1 minute 40 something. 44 is it? Don't know. No, it can't be. A little bit more than that. 46? 1 minute 46. Is that right? We'll go with that. One 1 minute 46 per lap, so I think we're absolutely fine. I'm not driving very well either. But I had a bit of a brain fart calculating the time. That was close. Right, this corner. Can I actually do this well? I don't think I have, like, once yet. I'm going to go slow. Nope, still freaking clip the curb. It's just impossible, that corner. Yeah, this hasn't been the best run ever. Not going to lie, but we've got plenty of time in the tank, so don't want to waste too much time on it. Understeering into the wall. That's lovely. It's been quite a poor lap, really. Right, that saved it at the end a bit there. That was definitely slower that time. Oh, hugely slower. But we still passed by quite a few seconds, and there was a lot of sloppy moments in there. But yeah, 3:28, so we passed by 3.9 seconds in the end, which is incredibly comfortable, really. Right, so we've basically got a very similar lap now in the wet, just one lap though. And let's see which car we're in. Roll the number generator. We're in the Ferrari this time, rolled a 1. So in all of these 4 events, the bottom 3 cars can all get gold in them. So it's better than the Nürburgring. There's no silvers there. But we are back into the Ferrari for this one. So 1:58 for this one. I can't get this lap time wrong because it tells me what it is. Trying to get this Ferrari round the corners in the wet is a strange task. It slides and then it's got understeer. It's very weird. Got to slide around there, otherwise it just understeers for days into that corner. Really slow around there. Otherwise you'll hit that corner. Same here. You can just see it. It just understeers so much. And come to this hellish chicane. It's the even worse version now as well. This Ferrari is struggling in this weather. Come on, you beauty. We're doing all right. Keep this up. Just the horrible last bit to go now around this apex. And this bit, which I've completely ruined. Oh, this is horrible in the wet. That was terrible. And I'm slipping all over the place. Oh, just did it. 157.2. That last section was terrible. Luckily, I think the first half of the race saved it for me. That is horrible trying to get that Ferrari around there. It like slides and then it understeers into the wall. It's just a horrible combination. I think the Viper might be better on that one, to be honest. But yeah, that's why I'm putting the Ferrari sort of below the other two, because I just don't think it's quite as good around the corners, that one. But we have finally come to an event, which is a one-on-one against the Porsche GT3, not even GT3, that we can use some of the lower cars for. So the Honda NSX, the Vauxhall, and the Lotus can all 3 of them can do that on Platinum. So we're going to use the worst out of the 3, which is the Vauxhall. And this is only possible because it starts on the inside of a corner and then goes really wide. So you can catch up to it and then try and dive bomb it. And there's only 1 lap as well, which makes it easier. So you can see he goes wide there. I'm trying to stay with him. Kind of difficult. Can we get to him here? The answer's yes. Right, we're ahead, but it's not going to last. This car is so bad. It's quite funny, really. That's the only way we're going to win. I pinned him quite well there, actually. Why did I have to do this in the wet with this car? Oh, he's catching up so much. And there we go, the only event we can actually use some of the cars in, just because it's one lap on a tiny track when the Porsche does the first corner terribly, and that's the only way you can do that. It's actually not too difficult. There's been harder one-on-ones I've had to do in slower cars. But there you go, a platinum medal finally. And it would be in a one-on-one, which is probably the easiest one, other than overtakes, to try and get them on. Right, and now we've got 4 races in Florence. I never noticed that the sections are actually to do with the track. So we had Nürburgring there, then we had Stockholm for 5, then we got Florence, and that's probably on Florence as well, that one-on-one. That's actually quite interesting, didn't know that. Right, what have we got then? So we're back to using the good cards again, because it's Overtake. The Honda and the Lotus and the Vauxhall all got gold on this, still can't get platinum. So, as per usual, we'll roll the number generator, and we're using the Ferrari again. So, 7 cars, 3 minutes 10 in Florence. Let's see if this car is better in the dry. Feels insanely quick compared to the Vauxhall. This is where this car's the weakest because of the understeer. On these tiny little tracks. The Viper hasn't come up much. I want to go back in the Viper. This car's getting right in the way. I've got 4 already. On this one again, I think the Honda was absolutely miles off doing this. You can see they're miles away. The car's in front at the minute. I think I just about overtook this in the Honda, this one. I'm guessing it's the 2 Ferraris from the Grand Touring ahead there. That could not have been much closer to that apex then. Got the 550 here, so that means the 575 is going to be up front. How many seconds are we going to have left? That's the question. No, it's not going to be too bad. A Ferrari's quick in a straight line. 25 seconds, that'll do. Right, I'll just skip this to the end, guys. There we go. Most of these events and these cars have been fairly comfortable. There was a pretty difficult one against the Noble in a street race. There's actually only 4 street races in this, though. Most of these, because they're track specials, it's more time-based events I think they're focusing on, which kind of makes sense. We've got a timed run and a hot lap straight after that. So what we're going to use for this one, another timed run, and we're into the Porsche. We keep dodging the Dodge Viper. Funny that. Right, 2 minutes 5, timed run, 2 laps, so 1 minute 2:750, something like that. This Porsche turns in way quicker than the Ferrari. Another thing about this, the brakes are brilliant on it. It's one of its stronger points as well. Wasn't too bad. I don't like this green, actually, to be honest. Don't even know why I picked it. Bit slidey on the exit there. Oh, we come to this corner. I hate this corner. And there's a reason, because I suck at it. I think we'll be okay for time, though, even with that terrible corner. Oh, these brakes are so good. That's a difficult little corner, that one. To do consistently right. That's going okay so far. Good enough. Just this corner. Nah, that's average. Average at best. Not quite as comfortable as some others, but still way over a second, so that's fine. Not brilliant again. Not brilliant laps in there. Yeah, 1.8. It's actually nearly 2 seconds, so perfectly fine, that one. Right, onto a hot lap. This is a tiny hot lap this time. Come on, let's get the Dodge Viper. What are we going to roll? Oh, back in the Ferrari now. Rolled a 1. It doesn't want me to use the Viper, obviously, does it? 34.75. Is this understeer of this going to cause me a problem then, do you think? The answer is probably yes. I'll just scrape the wall there, that's a bit annoying. It's actually a fairly decent line through there. Is that good enough? Oh, straight away. First time, not too bad at all. Wasn't too shabby, that. 34.1, so pretty close, but for a small hot lap, it's actually not too bad. On that one, the Vauxhall could only get silver, and I only just managed gold in the Lotus, so I tried for about an hour trying to get gold in the Lotus for some reason. Yeah, that's very difficult, and then the Honda can get gold in that as well. Right, so here we go. Street race, Florence. In this one, there's a Viper and a Noble in first and second that fight each other. And that gives me a chance to try and do it in the Honda. I have done it once in the Honda. It took me a lot of attempts, so we're going to have to see if this is possible. What colour should we go in? Let's go in yellow. I'm going to be doing this for a while because you have to get very lucky, but I did manage to do it in the Honda, so let's try. Right, just need the Dodge to take out the Noble now. That's good. Bit of a hold up. The Porsche's catching me up. I can't get too close to the Dodge because I'll make it crash. Oh, the Noble's going to absolutely disappear down here. Yes! Oh, it took so long. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Oh, I think that took me nearly 2 hours to do that. That was so lucky right at the end there, just punting the Noble into the wall. Oh my god. Oh, I did that once before, but it only took me half an hour, so I must have got really lucky. But the Dodge and the Noble there have to fight each other for most of that. Slow down enough for you to actually catch up, but oh, the joy of doing that is unbelievable. Oh, has to go exactly your way, that one. I really didn't think I was going to do that until the very last bit. Oh, that took far, far too long, that. Right, so one done in the Honda, and then we did the other one-on-one down here in all of the other 3 rubbish ones. Oh, so I wasn't talking that at all because I was doing that for so long. There was no point, really. Right, one-on-one against the Noble on Moscow next. And on this one, it's no surprise that the 3 slow cars have absolutely no chance. I managed to just about get gold in the Honda on this one. And on gold, I think it's against the GT3. But that has to be, like, very perfect driving to be able to catch up to that and spin it out. And then the other 2, Lotus and Vauxhall, could get silver on that. So we'll have a look at see what car we're going to use, and it's number 2. So that is the Viper. We're finally back in the Viper in Moscow. Where's it gone? There it is. So Viper against Noble for one-on-one. Right, so it is the Viper against the Noble. Pretty much a repeat of the last street race when we were fighting up front there. Dodge has got good straight line speed, so has the Noble up until a certain point. But I really like the Dodge's handling. It really doesn't understeer at all. The Noble takes a very weird line around there. Just tactically bump it, because it is quick in a straight line, obviously. The Dodge definitely turns in the best out of the 3. Porsche and the Ferrari. That'll do. That's the beauty of one-on-ones. You don't have to really care about any other person on the racetrack apart from that one. So you can focus on taking them out. Definitely between this and the Porsche, which are the best, I think, out of the three we're talking about. That wasn't a brilliant line. I'm not particularly fond of this track, to be honest. I find it's quite boring. Only takes one mistake as well on any of it to lose so much speed. I don't know why it's 3 laps either, and the Noble is now miles behind. But yeah, I'd say I think I prefer to drive the Dodge, the Viper, as opposed to the GT3, but I think the GT3 is quicker around the track. Well, that was a bit dodgy. But at least we've gone all the way through so far without having to use the Noble, so that's something. But that last race in the Honda, honestly, I was losing hope that it was actually going to happen again. You have to get so lucky with it. I genuinely didn't think there was going to be another medal in one of those terrible cars other than that one-on-one against the Porsche, but with a lot of experimenting, that street race is possible with it. And as per usual, the AI have to fight in it, and that's the only chance you're going to have. And we've actually left that Noble for dead now. But there we go. Another one-on-one done. 3 one-on-ones in this series. So we've got the speed camera next, and then a final street race. So let's have a look at the speed camera then. Both Nürburgring tracks. So the speed camera, obviously the only one that can do this is the Noble. So we're actually going to own all cars here. We have 312 kudos tokens as well. So we've got to buy the Noble. I did manage one over the target though. So it's 130 miles per hour for Platinum, and then for Gold it's 114. That's a huge difference. So I managed 131 in the Noble. Then in the Porsche, the Dodge, and the Ferrari, I've got 128 for all of those. So 2 miles per hour off, but they only just flashed 128, so I very much doubt 130 is possible, but I've been proven wrong before with that, so we'll see what happens with that. And then the Honda got 116, sorry, so just above Gold. Then the Lotus Exige got 112, so that's somewhere between Gold and Silver. And originally, I thought the Vauxhall could not get above bronze. It kept getting 108, but one run, I managed to get 109 miles per hour. So I did get silver in the Vauxhall. So there is only one bronze medal in the entire game, and that is the Lexus in the speed camera, Lexus SC40, 430, sorry, SC430. But the Vauxhall VX220 can just get silver in it. So there you go. But we have to use the Noble for Platinum. So we're going to try and get 131 in this. Right, we're going to try parking up here. This tactic I have. Let's see if we can get this to work. There you go. Just flashed over 131. If you just drive straight there, so you're not having to turn to line up on the track properly, then you can just about grab that 131. I never got that before, though, before I did this playthrough, so that's pretty cool. 131. So we've got one street race left to go, and we're going to spin for this. So the Vauxhall and the Lotus can get silver, because obviously we're on the Nürburgring, so they've got no chance, and the Honda can get gold as well. And we're going to finish in the Viper as well. That spun over to a 2 again. I'm going black for this one. There are 2 Nobles in this, which is a bit of a pain, but they drive pretty slow around this bit, all of them. Should be able to sneak around them. These Nobles should fight as well. They've both gone off the track there in the same place. He's been a bit strange with his line. I did try this in the Honda, and I wasn't too far away in the NSX. I could definitely see the Nobles go around the final corner, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, to be honest. For a final race, though, this isn't too bad. I've screwed that up pretty badly, though. It's one of the smallest final races you'll ever have as well in a series. They're usually like 5 laps or some crazy stuff. But we're flying ahead now. If the NSX had a better top speed, this might be possible, but it struggles so much higher up. Obviously not as bad as the Vauxhall and the Lotus, but still pretty bad. Pretty far ahead now, and a finish just around this corner. Not too bad, that one. That was first try as well, so they do go slow on quite a few corners on there, especially on the carousel, so it gives you loads of chance to overtake them. I think the Dodge came in 3rd there. Yes, one of the Nobles came all the way down in 6th. But yeah, the Dodge Vipers and the Porsches always do better than the Ferraris, with the computers driving them anyway. So that is the track specials done, and we've unlocked the Extreme Series. This is another very good series, this. Quite balanced overall, really, the Extreme Series, so that'll be good to go to next time. But as per usual, pop up the medal spreadsheet, and yeah, we can see how disappointing this class is, really. I mean, we've got the top 4 that have pretty much got all platinum. Obviously, they can't do platinum in the speed camera, the strong 3, excluding the Noble, with 84 points. But then going down to the Honda, Lotus, and Vauxhall, it's just a spread of gold and quite a few silvers in there as well. So the Honda could get 2 platinums, taking up to 70 points, which is still pretty far behind. And then we've got 63 points Lotus, and then 61 points with the Vauxhall, which is absolutely miles behind the Noble. The events that they ask these cars to do is just not suited for the lower class at all. But the Honda could get gold in every one, but as soon as there's anything to do with the Nürburgring, the Lotus and the Vauxhall just go straight to silver practically. So 24 points behind the Vauxhall is, which is pretty terrible, isn't it? But there you go. There might be some silvers that possibly could be golds in there. I'm not too sure. I did try and test them as much as I could, but there you go. But we'll check out the Extreme Series in the next episode. But that's the end of this episode, guys. If you want to see some more content, it's here on the end screen, so feel free to check some of that out. And I hope you enjoyed, as always, and I'll catch you in the next episode.